help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as hatchback, nachos, and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Chancellor Brewington, powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in to Ticket Weeknight. Toast runs on the ones and twos. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. Got the host, as always, joining us on the LO VIP line, where they understand the importance of exceptional service with a local heart. You guys can always join in. Start name and text line 402-464-5685, as well as any of the streams. We are wrapped up with the Royals game, so we are back live on the brick and mortar. Royals end up dropping this one. They were up 2-0 at one point, I believe, at the end of the 6th inning, but Yankees come back. They win it 4-2 for anybody looking for that score. Chancellor Brewington, how's it going on a Tuesday night?
It's going great. It's going great. I'm glad to be on the show and glad to top it up. I'm sure we have some great conversation always. So it's just good. I hope everyone listening is having a good start to the week, kind of, a good Tuesday. And yeah, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing fantastic. Just had some Raising Cane's. Shout out Raising Cane's. They brought in a good, large. I'm blanking on my vocabulary. They brought a lot of food for the bowlers, though, to celebrate those guys, and rightfully so, getting 3rd place down there in Vegas. So shout out Raising Cane's once again. Fantastic. Took me a little bit to get through Dumb Pun Tower. I was salivating a little bit. It was tough to get through the segment. I'm not even lying. Like, I opened up the segment, and I was like having to swallow after every word, because it was that good. And that's not just me making it up. It was fantastic. So yeah, that's kind of my story. I'm doing good. The Raising Cane's fantastic. And shout out to the Bowlers.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to the Bowlers for sure. We were literally just talking about them. What was this? Was it me and you on Thursday, I believe?
It probably was, yeah. I've been hyping up the Bowlers because they deserve it. I think so.
Yeah, so shout out to them. One thing I learned about radio, especially being in person, is because it's just a different vibe in person, but making sure I don't eat an hour before the radio. Because, anyways. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff happened over the weekend, and I guess I want to hit on this, and and I just think it's important, and I don't see this as a cliche. I see it as something that's super vital for their community, but just mental health and the awareness of that, and understanding that it's okay to talk about things and that everyone goes through something, and the ability to be bold and talk about it, and the ability for the other person, and it might be the people listening, to hold space for the other person and not judge and not condemn, but listen to what someone's going through. So, unfortunate news happened, this weekend, and I know some people that were, hurt by it and affected by it. And, so it's just sad to see, another one gone. So that's just my little, I guess, encouragement, but also just awareness to the topic.
Yeah, and we mentioned it a little bit, me and Demorne, and I won't go into a ton of details of it for the obvious reasons. I think most people understand why you wouldn't want to, but yeah, just go shows. But there's you just want to be kind to people out there. No matter what the circumstances are, you never really know, and it costs nothing. It doesn't cost anybody anything to be nice, to ask how's it going. There's really small things we can do just to make sure everybody's doing all right. So that's all I can say to that one is I see a tragedy, just use it to remind yourself, just be kind to your neighbors. It doesn't cost anything. And never know what that ripple effect has. Yeah.
And I think especially in the athletic world, it's not always, it's not always the cool thing, just to talk about.
Well, with you guys in particular too, it's how true it is as a real reality of the world, probably not true at all, but culturally, the athletes are the popular ones, the kids that people aren't really going to have sympathy for, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because you're the athlete, you're the popular kid, quote unquote. So I think there's that, who wants to hear me talk about my problems kind of attitude.
The perception is you have everything figured out, and the fact is that you're really good at, probably just good at the sport. Doesn't mean mentally you have the right tools to work through the things that you've encountered or are continually encountering and battling with. So yeah, it goes straight. I just think just seeing everyone as a human, I think it kind of puts us all on the same level. And if we see everyone as a human, then there's no good. There's no one that's better or no one that's worse than the other. It's just we're all human. We all have the same, I would say, emotional needs and mental needs. And so when if one person is, if we're all running this race of life and someone's walking and someone's sprinting, the one who's walking, sometimes we need to slow down a little bit and go at their pace and help them figure it out. So yeah, I've had a lot of people, that I feel like have kind of left life earlier than was planned, or I guess everything was planned, but I don't know how to rationalize it, but and it's just unfortunate that there wasn't, even within myself, that there wasn't people who were there to talk. So that's just all I have to say. And if there's anything, I don't know if there's anything I can do, but my social media is always available if anyone needs to talk going through that type of situation. But we got play-in tournament. I think we got a game going on.
Can I ask you this? I want to start. I haven't talked about it at all with anybody, and I'm curious what your thoughts are on it. It's a hotter topic than maybe I shouldn't say I'm surprised. retiring jerseys, always a big deal. But when it's Shador and Travis Hunter, for what was, nothing to like say they did bad things. There's things they should be proud of. But then the fact that they're going to get their jerseys retired does seem...
Wait, no way.
I'm not making it up, Brewington.
No, you're kidding me.
No. Shador Sanders and... I want to keep saying Deion Sanders. Shador and Travis Hunter. I can maybe see Travis. Shador, though, that's crazy to be retiring those jerseys already.
Wait, are you being serious?
Yes. Unless I got sent-held, that'd be devastating. We're live back on the brick and mortar. I hope I didn't get sent-held, Brewington.
I hope. I think we need to fact check this maybe over the break. No, I'm kidding.
I'm finding it right now for Colorado to retire jersey numbers of Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders.
Oh shoot!
And that's MSNBC. So that's no TMZ. It's the CNBC.
Bro,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happening. I'm thinking of like Heisman winners.
Bruins, by the way, I don't know where you're at, but you might need to find like a nice porch soup or something. You're breaking up a little bit. I'm starting to lose you. So I didn't quite catch that last
Can you hear
part.
me?
Yeah, now that's good.
So I'm thinking of like Herschel Walker and like Bo Jackson.
I mean, there's no need for those guys' jerseys to be retired. They'll be joining the four others. Rashawn Salam, number 19, Brian White, 24, Joe Romig, number 67, and Bobby Anderson, number 11. So Hunter, though, at least won a Heisman, right? So if you want to, Hunter's I can kind of see, even though it was short-lived. So it makes it a little bit tougher as well because it wasn't there for, but I can rationalize Hunter. Shador Sanders is crazy, though. Good quarterback,
but it's like,
not worth it.
It's like they didn't win for real.
No.
Like they won a little bit, but it wasn't like they went like 11-0 or 12-0 and like it doesn't like like Dylan Gabriel at Oregon, he's not gonna get his jersey retired.
Nope.
And I mean he went undefeated.
Yep.
I mean, did Marcus Mariota get his jersey retired?
I don't know if he did.
I don't think so. Like this is almost maybe it's because they brought in so much money that
the school did not retire the jersey.
You said what?
No, they did not retire number 8.
So I think are they retiring it because they brought in so much money and it positively affected the Boulder community, and so you have to pay homage to that?
That's
maybe?
Such a lame reason, though.
No, I agree. I agree. I agree.
Like, sometimes it feels like here in Lincoln, Nebraska, we're just looking for reasons to take jabs at Colorado. Maybe sometimes they're just putting out live clay pigeons out there. It's like every other day for people to point at. So, yeah, they throw out a couple clay pigeons. I'm going to shoot them down. That's ridiculous to retire those jerseys. It's just one thing to retire them that quick as well.
Yeah.
Usually it takes a little bit of time. I mean, like the guys aren't even drafted yet. Their jerseys are retired. That's such a quick turnaround. Unreal. But you know what? I don't have a jersey retired. So congrats to those guys. I think most people will think it's kind of silly. I think that's the appropriate response, not because they're not good players, but just when you look at the norms of what it takes to retire a jersey in college football, they're so far short of it outside of Travis with the Heisman. And even then you need a little bit more into what it seems is more about the team's success than it is about your individual success. It just kind of puts a bad taste in your mouth. Like if you're not a Colorado fan, I'd be curious to know what real diehard Colorado fans feel about, not the newborn Colorado fans that got there when Deion did. Like, find me a guy who was back in the day watching the Nebraska versus Colorado football rivalries. Give me that Colorado fan, and what do they have to say about it? That's who I want to hear from.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think the one thing I think about is like the transition for Shedeur to the NFL, and cerebral and athletic ability. There's no question there. Arm strength, no question. But I think like as far as like the attention, I wonder how he's going to be able to adapt to that. To be honest, because going from Colorado, where you're the center of almost the universe, right? What it probably feels like, and then you go to the NFL, where you're just kind of one of the guys. I wonder what the drop off is going to be like, just in attention, because you're on teams with Hall of Famers, right? Or
he's got
Hall of Famers.
Let me give you a team, and this is the one where I actually feel good about it for him. If it happens this way, the Saints, because they're at 12, and I think if you're looking at quarterbacks, I think Shedeur would probably fall there, because I think Cam Ward would be the first one off.
Yeah, I agree.
So I can actually see Shedeur, like if he's going to have a chance, I like the Saints for him. I think culturally, he just kind of fits what he is. He's going to have, a decent roster. Obviously, the Saints need work, but he's not walking into a Panthers. He's not walking into, an abysmal Giants situation. Like, he's going to have some decent players around it. And if Shedeur has what it takes, okay, now you're cooking with gas. They'll start putting the money into it. So I just think there's a few teams, but if he does land on one of those teams, that's just going to have a lot of hype around him and only him because the rest of the team's bad. I think that's like worst case scenario for a guy like Shedeur.
Yeah, I think New Orleans would fit him well. I think the vibe around the city,
they love football. They just love football down there.
I ran into a Saints fan the other day, and she talked my ear off about Drew Brees for like 20 minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm like, he hasn't played there for like 4 or 5 years, but it's just a consistent. It's just the love for stars there. Like when stars go there and thrive, like it's like they love what's the D tackle Cameron Jordan. Like they love him. And some. Marshawn Lattimore for a while until he got traded, but when stars go there and thrive, they love them. So I think he is a star. He has that persona. He has that kind of that superstar, and I don't mean baggage in a negative way, but it's like superstar baggage. Like he's gonna come with, he's
like Lonzo Ball. Is that fair?
Like who?
Lonzo Ball.
Those are, I think, personality wise, yes, but like the dad and the son and the both of those tied together. The idea is whether they're good people or bad people. That's all I'm saying. Right.
You're getting a media storm between the dad and the son.
Yes. I am in agreement there. I think they will, in a way. I think New Orleans fans, Saints fans, I think they'll like that in a way. I think that fits them. Like if he was to go to, more of a blue collar. I'm trying to think of a more of a blue collar team, like the
Titans.
Yeah, like the Titans or
Giants. Like those are blue, grittier, run the ball.
Yeah, or like
Lions, but Lions aren't going to take
Eagles
him.
or something. Like they're like, come on, like Jalen Hurts fits the Eagles perfectly because he's going to come in, do his work. It's a gritty city, and that's what their foundation of football is built on. And New Orleans a little like, Mardi Gras, like a little bit more dancier, like, the vibe is a little bit more laid back.
It's kind of where the grit and the party clash is where I'd put New Orleans.
Yeah.
Because the grit's like the NFC, the Bears, the Packers, the Lions, the party's like now we're getting out there with like LA, San Francisco, although San Francisco's defense might not want to say that about them, but and New Orleans is a little bit of both because they've had some like really good defenses, but then you've also got Drew Brees, who's like had just phenomenal highlights, but at the same time took some major hits. Like was also one of the toughest quarterbacks. So New Orleans has got a unique culture.
It's like a mix between like a Eagles, gritty Eagles team and like a Showtime Miami Dolphins offense.
Yeah,
like
that's
it's
a good
like
way.
It's like the perfect gel right there. So I think he would be perfect. I think he is a tougher football player. I think, some of the hits he took during college, I mean, you can't deny his first and his second year, how many hits he took. I think he had like the most quarterback hits in the whole nation, I think the first year or the second year at some point.
Yeah, he takes a ton of hits. That's also, not to like try to poke holes in his game, but that's also part of the completion percentage. Like if you want to critique him, he's got a really good completion percentage. Also takes a lot of sacks in those years, and that's kind of what even that third year he does take a lot of sacks. Sometimes the offensive line, sometimes it's like you got to do a better job, just get rid of it. But that's one of the holes in his game that you were to poke through. That'd be my only concern for him with any team in the NFL is like, can he speed up that clock?
Yeah, and then be able. The one thing that I think will benefit him is the play style, and the NFL is obviously quicker, and with his arm angles and stuff. Well, not arm angles, but his release. He has like a super. I would say quick release for his arm angle. Like, because usually you see like even like Kim Ward and guys like that. Like he's able to, kind of have that short stop, turn the double play, drop the arm angle, drop the shoulder a little bit, and throw kind of that little shortstop ball or that second base ball over the first. But then like now Shedeur kind of has that over the top arm angle, but he's able to get the ball out fast. I think that's why his deep balls are so accurate, and I think that will benefit him. And I think getting around some good receivers will benefit him. Getting around a good old line, but I mean, you look at kind of the Saints' issues this year. The youngin in there coming in, Spencer Rattler, like, the O-line was, wasn't the best. So, might be running into some of the same problems that he had at Colorado. But that's, of course, guessing he would go to the Saints, though.
Yeah, and that's hoping if you are him, like, they're going to grab him or Dart. So if I'm Sanders, I think they're probably going to go with him. But you better hope like you get passed on a couple of times so that the Saints are there. So I just think that's probably the best possible spot you would want to land if you're Shedeur. The road's paved for you to like take the job as a starting QB. So I think good enough. It's in a city that cares about their team with some good management as well. You can argue where that sits, but it's not a Tepper out there in Carolina. It's not a Cowboys situation, which whatever you say about the Cowboys, like, yes, they're a good team, but ownership, Jerry Jones problem. They got some stability there. At the very least, I think right now, if they were to go there, I would like him there. Cam Ward worries me just because he's probably just going to go to the Giants, and I don't know if anybody's going to work out there. What are your thoughts on Cam Ward or Shedeur? Because you would take Cam Ward first, right? Or no?
I guess I would probably be like the vision for the franchise and what I want my quarterback to do. If I want a guy who can kind of do it all, I would like a Cam Ward. But if I want a game manager, kind of like a more of a leader, more of the like take control of the game, not only by affecting the game by throwing the ball, but also just like taking control of the game, more of the IQ situations, I would take Shedeur.
Okay. And apologies, it's not, I said Giants earlier, not Giants. They're third in the draft. It's Titans would be that first pick. Yeah. So they're taking Ward or Shedeur. They absolutely need a quarterback.
Yeah. I think overall you take Ward. I think there's just a little bit of more upside, some stuff outside the pocket, delivery, some just like, what the heck did you just do? Like, rolling out to the right, throw cross body, even though that's, really illegal in today's game, but, or just frowned upon. But like, there's just certain things you're like, yeah, you can't deny that. But then I just think of overall, like quarterback progression, like what could be. I see Shedeur as like, wow, like if he can get in the right system, and I know he's going to be able to get it. It seems like a really smart kid. Like, man, I think Shedeur could have the best upside because I think he throws the best deep ball. And I think that's kind of what wins in the NFL.
See, that's where I go opposite. I think Ward's got the best deep ball. But I think we're also splitting hairs here. I wouldn't say it's by a whole lot, but I like Ward. And if we're just going train of thought, and we'll throw it to our first break here, but so probably Ward off the board for Tennessee Titans. And then that would lead the Browns aren't going to take QB, Giants or at 3. And they got them taking the edge. And then, like I said, most mock drafts got them going all the way at 6, which would be the New Orleans Saints. So we'll wait and see. Not that far away from the NFL draft, which is crazy. And we got the portal opening up tomorrow in college football. And Brewington, I got to talk about it. We got to talk about the Nico Iamaleava situation over there at Tennessee. And then maybe we'll slip in some NBA as well. We talk about the regular season NBA awards as those ballots are out as well. But don't go anywhere. Next segment, we'll talk a little bit NIL and then wrap things up. We'll talk some NBA later in the show as well. Don't go anywhere. What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington? Talk to you in a little bit.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
You don't have to cross your fingers when digging into the ground this spring. Start every project with a call to Nebraska 811 so utilities like LES can mark their buried lines and you can avoid injury and power outages.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and my schedule can get a little hectic. From softball practices to going to class, traveling for games, spending time with family, and catching up with friends, I am always on the go. I want a bank that can help me from anywhere, but also be there when I need them. That's Midwest Bank. They have the same mobile banking technology as those big banks, but have that hometown feel that I like every time I walk through the doors. They make banking easy no matter where I am. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
It's never too late to start protecting your company's data from cyber attacks. Your customers put their trust in you to keep their information safe from online threats. Don't let them down. Partner with Hamilton Business Technologies to get real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and experts who monitor it all for you. We care about the success of your business and the communities you serve. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Fleet Feet Lincoln is excited for the upcoming spring season and the warmer temps, and they want you to get outside and be active. Fleet Feet's Fit ID process takes a free 3D image of your feet to help runners and walkers alike find comfortable tennis shoes and inserts that ease pain associated with plantar fasciitis, bunions, and more. Get back on your feet this spring with a trip to Fleet Feet, open 7 days a week at 77th and Pioneers.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. Going to talk a little bit of college football here, in particular Tennessee. If you're not heard the case, it's been pretty popular already. Out there in the news right before the portal opens, you got the likely starting quarterback for the Tennessee Vols. Turning around from Tennessee, Nico Iamaleava turns around. I believe it was on the 13th is when people really found out it was going down for sure, that he will not be returning to play for the Vols. And it was a result of wanting more money. Apparently the number was close to $4 million is what he was wanting. Apparently Dan Lanning gets a hold of it, that Nico's agent is reaching out, trying to find a better deal. Supposedly Dan Lanning lets Josh Heupel know of Tennessee, and Tennessee says, we're done here.
Wow. So it's like is that confirmed with the Dan Lanning situation?
Dan Lanning neither confirmed nor denied.
Yeah, so I'll lean towards the confirmed there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Okay, so breaking this down, so Nico wants money, tells the agent to go and, see his value, this and this.
Or the agent tells Nico, I don't know. Either way could be true, but just all sides.
Right. I guess you don't know the order.
Trying to find more money for Nico, saying, no, trust me. It's like, this is how business is done. Maybe Nico's a selfish kid, or maybe the agent's a snake. Something stinks.
Yeah, because that's a good point, Harrison, because you don't know which way what side of the coin you want to look at it. If you want to look at it from, Nico is this, and this, or the agent is, because it can't, it can really fall on one or the other in this situation. Because I think and this is a common theme, we're going to keep seeing this. The more you can have agents, and the more you can have GMs, and the more, the player doesn't have to reach out to. I mean, back in the day, like it was the player. You reach out to a friend that's on the team.
Mm-hmm.
And, they'll talk to the position coach and then talk to whatever, right? But now it's like you have a whole agent to negotiate for you. So I think these type of stories, and we'll keep talking about it, but these type of stories are going to just be more and more common because you have a whole agent. I mean, it's the middleman. I mean, you have to think in the NFL, it's not like the players are going and talking to GMs, during the off season and stuff. I mean, it's what the agent does. So having that same model in college, I think, there's a whole adjustment period, and it would be. I mean, he's definitely obviously not going to Oregon, but it'd be tough hearing that. Like, yeah, it's such a weird situation.
I just want to hear more from the quarterback himself, like from Nico Imaleva, just like whose idea was this at this time? Like right before the portal opens, like you're pulling this at the worst time. Because like if it doesn't work, if you don't get the numbers you want, like you have to go back to that team who's likely going to hate your guts. Because to them, whatever the reasons for it, feels like you tried to back out at the last moment or use your own value as leverage against the entire team. So like, yes, it's good, go get yours, but like when other players are paying a cost of NAL because you're leveraging your starting position right before the season starts, well, that's going to dip into their NIL value. If you're demanding more NIL, then it's like all that stuff. Like, it sucks for Nico. If I'm him, though, I'm telling my agent to saw it off unless it was my idea. But even then, I'm going, if the portal opens tomorrow, I'm going to Tennessee and I'm begging. Like, maybe he really doesn't want to be there, but if I'm the coaches, Josh Heupel as well, like I'm going to try to get him, like, we will take you back for the amount you agreed on, but you owe that team an apology. And I like just you up there in front of the entire team and coaching staff, and they'll decide if we want you back or not. But
yeah, that's tough. So, okay, so let's go through this scenario. Let's say it's the agent kind of, let's say it was a at-home conversation, between the family and the agent, and it's like, the roundtable discussion, like, are we comfortable here? This and this. And someone lightly brings it up, like, I think we can get more money somewhere else, right? Like just lightly brings it up in the discussion. And then the agent, maybe this is not, I'm not assuming this, I'm just random situation. Maybe the agent says, maybe we can get some money, goes home, makes some calls, right? And it happens that way. If you're Nico now and that's the way it happens, do you come out with a statement?
You almost have to.
Yeah.
Save your own, if you're, I think there just needs to be some answers. And especially if you're on the right side of it, definitely go defend yourself. I mean, shout out to Lanning as well, because the only way this stuff's going to stop is you need coaches to not allow it to happen. And Lanning did just that. I'm assuming that it's true, because why wouldn't you just deny it when they asked him at the practice? Like, yeah, no, I was not a part of that at all. Just be done with it. But the fact that you didn't bring himself apart from it's like, okay, you must be at something where he let Heupel know. But like, that's what coaches need to do. It's like when you see that stuff, stop taking advantage of it and let the other coaches know. Because then if it's like one of those things where it's like, now the norm is every time this stuff happens, like the coaches around the league are like, hey, we got another person over here tampering, doing it. Like, that's how you got to build that up. The other part that worries me is like this might be a trend going forward, because it does feel like we're getting to the point where there's going to have to be like some sort of collective bargaining agreement, because these numbers are out of control. Like, our players and agents like doing everything they can to get theirs now before that window closes. And if that's the case, they need to figure out what the hell the solution is, because I do think that's part of it. I think because there's going to be rules in place. There's no doubt about it. Everybody knows sooner or later there's going to be some restrictions on it. So if you're an agent in it for the wrong reasons, you're doing everything in your power right now to make as much money as possible, because eventually there's not going to be as much money to be had.
Right. I think the one thing my mind goes to is what happens in that same situation. We can say and this might be a reason why if you're a coach, I won't say Dan Lanning, but like if you're a coach, why you don't go out and say every single time why, or like that this happens, and this is the harsh business, and seen it happen in my own two eyes. But it's like, what happens when it's a valuable prospect and it's something that someone who can really, really help your team and is exactly who you need? So do you take the moral high road knowing that, you take the moral high road, and then but it keeps you up at night because, everyone in your conference, the top three teams that you're competing against, are doing the same thing, and it firsthand because maybe you lost a player to them or so. In a perfect world, every coach does, takes it upon themselves to not do it. but I think it's so hard because I think there's written rules and unwritten rules right now. And it's like, which ones do you follow? And so I don't know how you progress through this without, there's so much illegal stuff going on. So it's like, how do you progress through this with a clean slate for anyone, or just a clean record for anyone? But yeah.
You call it out when you see it. It's not a clean slate. It's not ideal, right? But it just, when you have a school like Oregon, who does have the money, who would be able to get away with likely just paying a little bit more. Like it's to your point, you're never going to get everybody to fully participate and agree. But if enough of the big name coaches out there, the ones that have money and weight to throw around, are out there calling it out, like that's probably the best hope you can get out of it until there is some real litigation in place. But until then, like you are just, I think, banking on people doing the right thing. Because to your point, there's so much lawlessness going around. It's hard to track. So you're just hoping.
And think about this. I mean, the SEC teams, and this is all speculation, but the SEC teams that were winning, in the 2010s to, pre-NIL up to 2018, 2019, they were, I mean, we've heard stories, alleged stories of the duffel bag man that comes up and,
he's real. Duffel bag man was real. We know that for a fact today.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you said it, not me. So,
I mean, we all know, like there was student athletes were getting paid before NIL. I'm not saying who but like it certainly was happening. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and so like I guess what I'm trying to say is that there was the teams that were winning the most were, this is tough, but I mean, there was a lot of corruption. There was a lot of stuff. There just was. I mean, you go back and look at documentaries, you hear interviews, you hear, unless every one of them are unanimously lying.
Sometimes it was the boosters too. Like it wasn't even the coaches, and like the coaches kind of knew about it, but like a lot of ways they set this up as like the boosters would be the ones showing up, but like here's your McDonald's. Lo and behold, there's $10,000 in the McDonald's bag, which is chump changed in today's NIL. But at that point in time, that's insane.
Yeah, I've been to McDonald's a few times, Harrison, in my life, and I've never gotten $25,000 in my Big Mac.
I'll tell you what, you got to find those Bama drive-thrus. I think that's where they're handing out the 10K. Maybe not so much today, but at one point in time, there was a heck of a Happy Meal chance you could get in those things. You have to show up with 5 touchdowns.
I heard something about the Gainesville Junior Whoppers.
Yeah, the Gainesville Junior Whoppers. Only available after a day of at least 2 touchdowns on 100 yards. Then it opens up on the menu.
That's a good one.
Anything else? Have we got like a minute left here?
No, I just think the current state of college football, it's just a bunch of unknowns that need to be navigated, and it's almost like it's almost good that these type of things come out because you see like the condition, and the more these things just go like underneath the bridge and like, just disappears into the ether, like, the more those things happen, the less change can happen. So the more these things come up, like you can now, like NCAA can take some looks at it, coaches can, decide if they want to take the moral high ground or not. But yeah, I think it's a good thing that this type of stuff is happening. Not that like I'm, excited for people to, dilute the game of football, but I think for change to happen, you kind of have to have a little bit of like chaos.
You got to expose it.
Yeah.
And this is what it's exposing, like how ludicrous NIL is right now. It's like when you have situations like this happen, it's like, okay, maybe we need to like tighten up a few screws here because the people may be right. This does seem a little chaotic. And it's unfortunate, but like to your point, sometimes you need a little bit of chaos to change orders. So I think that's probably what's going to happen here. We'll see. We'll talk about, I'm sure crazy NIL stuff is bound to happen. Like I said, portal opens up tomorrow. The 16th shuts again on the 25th. So we'll get tons of crazy news throughout that time period. But we'll throw it to break here on the final segment. Brewington, let's talk some NBA. Let's talk some NBA regular season awards. So don't go anywhere. What's Brewing? Chancellor Brewington got him on the Allo VIP line. Really understand the importance of exceptional service with a local heart. Don't go anywhere.
And it's time to get your equipment ready for the season. Landmark Implement has high-quality used John Deere planters, sprayers, and tractors, priced to move and ready to work for you. Take advantage of unbeatable deals and flexible financing to upgrade your operation without stretching your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or browse our full inventory online at landmarkimp.com. Before these deals are done, experience the Landmark difference.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown's Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular priced athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Brown's carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown's Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town. You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Boyk Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operation's goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Boyk Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at Boyk, B-O-E-C-K, farmoutfitters.com.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in the final segment. What's Brewing, Chancellor Brewington. Let's talk some NBA regular season awards, and we'll leave the MVP for last because that's probably going to take the most time, and we don't got a ton of time. So starting off here first, Clutch Player of the Year, and I won't ask you out of the entire NBA because we got the ballot out now. So your options are Jalen Brunson of the Knicks, Nikola Jokic of the Nuggets, or Darius Garland of the Cavaliers.
Yeah, I'll go Jokic.
No, I like it, but I got him winning other awards. So give it to Garland. He's been nice. He's figuring out really well how to play along with Donovan Mitchell, and he's done some really great moments.
Oh, are we just doing okay. Are we doing like the actual award, or are we just doing like personal?
This is me assuming who's going to win these awards.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I got you.
And I'm going Darius Garland. Actually, let's go. Who would you give the award? I mean, that's how I'm asking it. I would give the award to Darius Garland, even though I would also give it to Jokic. I know in my head I'm giving it a Jokic another award. So I'm going
right. Yeah. That makes sense. I don't know. Maybe you do some makeup, a makeup trophy, because I feel like Jalen Brunson doesn't get the respect he deserves.
Injury hurts him this year, so that's the only reason. Yeah. Otherwise, I'd give it to him. But Darius Garland's been healthier. They got the number 1 seed. He's done a lot of playmaking. I could go either way. I just go with a healthier player. Most improved player of the year. This one to me is a no-brainer. You got Christian Brown of the Nuggets, Dyson Daniels of the Hawks, and you got Cade Cunningham, Pistons. For me, it's Pistons. Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, I think it's Cade Cunningham. I think that's unanimous there.
Yeah, they went from being borderline breaking the record for the worst losing streak in the NBA just to be led by the same leader of the team the next year into the playoffs, and he's been fantastic. So great season from him. Coach of the year. This one's hard. Kenny Atkinson, Cavaliers, Ty Lue of the Clippers, which is interesting, and Ime Udoka, Rockets.
I think you got to go Cavs, because I mean you go and are number 1 over the former champs, Celtics. So I would go Atkinson with the Cavs.
Give me Ime Udoka. Cavs are good. Rockets, though, being 2 in the West is just as impressive to me. And at Cavaliers, they've had a good cast for a while, and they've been building up to it. This year, the Rockets just took off. And we already know Ime Udoka is a really good coach. He's the guy that brought the Celtics, kind of built them up before it got... Did it go Brad Stevens to Ime Udoka?
Yeah, Brad Stevens first, so then yeah.
Yeah, and then Ime. And then Ime gets fired for reasons that we don't have to go into details over. But he ends up with the Rockets, and we know he's a good coach, and it's showing right now with the Rockets. Those guys are really good. So I'd go with Ime Udoka, Kenny Atkinson as well. I can see Ty Lue with the Clippers. That's just a lot of talent, and it's hard to balance that much talent, so I can see why he's on the list, but I would probably give to Atkinson or Udoka. 6th man of the year. Ty Jerome of the Cavs, Malik Beasley, Pistons, Peyton Pritchard, Celtics.
I don't know. That's tough.
I'll give you mine first then. 6th man of the year to me is the guy that comes off the bench and is the offense and is just a bucket. Pistons, Malik Beasley. He's helped the Pistons a lot this year become a respectable team in the playoffs.
Yeah. I'll go there, but I think Pritchard he's had a phenomenal year for where he's at in his career.
That's where I was leaning to. I was really close between. I originally said Pritchard, and then DeMornay Pierce-Snell actually swayed me. I switched my answer to Malik Beasley, but I can see Pritchard as well. He's having a really good year. He's shooting, I think, damn near 40% from 3 as well. Been really consistent. And again, when you're looking for a 6th man, that's the other thing. You're looking for a sharpshooter off the bench. Pritchard's certainly that. Now we're moving on to the tougher ones. Defensive player of the year. options are a little different this year. Lou Dort, Thunder, Evan Mobley, Cavs, Amon Thompson, Rockets. No center this year. The big man you got is Evan Mobley at that power forward position for the Cavs.
No Wemby?
No Wemby. Crazy, right? To go from like last year to this year not even being on there.
I guess I'm not too familiar with the stats of these guys.
It's a weak year.
You said what?
It's a weak year. I'm going Evan Mobley of the Cavs, power forward. He's been phenomenal. Part of it kind of helps when you got Jared Allen as well, defending the rim for you. So I think it's kind of the defensive award's usually pretty team-oriented. And all these guys fit in that because you're looking at the best records. The Rockets, the Cavs, the Thunder, right? These are team-oriented awards more than any of the others. So give me the Cavs. Best defense in the East by far, best record in the NBA. You have to Evan Mobley.
Yeah, I can get with that one.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a hard one to even fight over because the stats, there's really nothing pops out for any of those guys. Here's your options for the MVP. At number 5, LeBron James, Lakers. 4, Jason Tatum, Celtics. 3, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bucks. 2, Nikola Jokic, Nuggets. 1, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Thunder. And that's in order on what they think it's going to be.
Yeah, I think Shai's going to get it.
I do too. Unfortunately, I agree.
Yeah, it's just he's too electric, man. It's like he makes it look so easy. And I think that's what like the great ones, like they're like, not like I can do that, but it's like it doesn't look that hard, like what he's doing. Like, can't my favorite player do it? And it's like he's the best in the league for some reason, and he's doing a great job. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, being honest, I'd give it to Jokic. Like, there's no doubt in my mind he's the best player in the world. You're talking about he can do things I can't do. Jokic is the epitome of that. He does a million things nobody can do. It's a good year by Shai. 10 seconds, who would you actually give it to?
Jokic.
Okay, sweet. You do agree with me.
Yeah.
There is that. Okay, DeMornay was there for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Surprising, but I do think you and me are both right in our assumption. I think the free throw merchant gets it this year in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's going to do it for us. Appreciate you guys listening. Chancellor Brewington, do it again tomorrow.
I used to smoke. I thought of cigarettes as my best friend.
They were always there for me when I needed a break.